Well, Bafethu, we've lost very important points. Definitely, we are failing, to convert our chances way too whenever we have them. Now, on this video, Bafethu, we're going to talk about the 5 biggest mistakes that Kaizer Chiefs did on this game, which we saw ourselves lose the most important points where we lost the game. Now, obviously, Bafethu, if you look at the games that are remaining, we have about 7 games. If ever Kaizer Chiefs want to see themselves in a good ending point at the end of the season, we need to win at least about 5 games, and then maybe we will be sitting on 44 for something points if my math is correct. So definitely we need to make sure that we fix those 5 biggest mistakes. Number 1, starting off, Bafethu, we were playing our crosses to Salim Makula, which definitely it was not effective, and we did not change how we played. We played like that from the first start of the game, the first whistle, up until Iziopela Imesh. We did not change in terms of that. We were busy playing our crosses to Salim Makula, and Salim Makula was very smart. He made sure Ogutuya Puma Ipalini, and he takes those middle of the air balls, which definitely he knows. We have Maccabi Dilepo, which can be dangerous when it comes to that. So we had a width when it comes to a winger. We had Dylan Solomons, coming in, and then Azamij shot those crosses when we played, which definitely saw up us advancing, opening up for Maccabi Dilepo. But unfortunately, Salim Makula was very smart, Bafethu. I think that is something we needed to change. That was the first mistake of the game. If ever we changed that, then definitely things could have been a bit much better. And then looking at the number 2 mistake that we did, we were losing the ball in important areas, which is something I still don't understand against Wayin Bafethu, because if you look at all of the players that played on today's game, we were losing the ball. Spongson Mteto was losing the ball easily. We had a lot of players losing the ball easily, in very important players, and sometimes we could feel like, this time around, this is our chance, to be able to go forward and then try to salvage something when it comes to that. But unfortunately, we could not. Kaizer Chiefs is still failing to maintain, the consistency. We're still failing to make sure we capitalize on the chances that we create, unfortunately. And another thing, losing the ball very cheaply in important areas is something that I do not agree with. I still do not agree with. Even Gaston Sereno Mbonile naye, I lose my ball in very important areas. Maccabi Dilepo naye, I saw him lose balls in very important areas. Bafethu, I love those guys, but we have to be honest. Whenever they are doing something which is not great for the team and making us lose, we have to talk about it. And hopefully by corner we improve. And then mistake number 3 that we did, I think we allowed Richards Bay to play we allowed them to play a mover. We allowed them to play, which is something that was making us lose. Actually, we considered the goal that we considered because of that. I'm not too sure whether the first goal what happened, because Ngtenya Puma Mangbuya network ayiko, because it was raining at that time. Network ayiko, and then Mangbega, I could not even see how the first goal was scored by Richards Bay, but it is what it is, Bafethu. It happened. The only thing I can say is, for me, the second goal we've considered because we allowed Richards Bay to play at the back. Now, there are few chances they could have converted into something if they played them correctly, but unfortunately they could not do something like that. And then that's how we lost today's game at the back. I think, we were not solid at the back, to be honest. I have to be honest with you, Bafethu. Whenever we do good, I will upload the players, but whenever we do bad, Nzosho, I will straight up come out and say it. Nope, on today's game we played very bad, and we've lost a lot of games like this. I thought now we've had it under control. Bafethu for I want to quickly check if a game Liverpool and Newcastle is going to play, because we've lost on the Champions League. We got knocked out. So at least Carabao Cup, which is the final, playing today 6:30. Obviously when they play, I want to watch the game, maybe at least so we know something that side, because Kaizer Chiefs is failing. And I've noticed something, always when we play Liverpool, when it plays, and Kaizer Chiefs it plays, we always play almost at the same time. So that is something that I think whoever set up my games knows. I'm just a fan of Liverpool and also Kaizer Chiefs. And then jumping to our number 4 mistake, Bafethu Ashley Dupreez. I think on today's game, Bafethu Ashley Dupreez did not make any impact whatsoever. We needed, to make the changes when we substituted, and then we brought in Mfundo Vilakazi. I think Edson Castillo. I'm not too sure who was the other player that we brought in, but definitely we needed to make sure we do see some Chincha Ashley Dupreez, because on today's game he was not giving us much. I think we needed to sub him out early and then bring in Wandile Duba, which I saw there was significant improvement and a lot of change when it comes to that. Him and Mfundo Vilakazi, for some moments I saw them changing the game, combining, doing something that I've always wanted from Kaizer Chiefs perspective, using that danger zone, using that scoring zone the way we're supposed to use it. I saw Wandile Duba doing that with a player like Mfundo Vilakazi. So I'm not too sure whether Mfundo Vilakazi was playing more of a 10, because we saw Kirsten Sereno this side, we saw Mfundo Vilakazi for a moment, and then later on we saw Wandile Duba coming in and he was playing as a left winger, and then also we saw Kirsten Sereno. So Makawile Lepo, I believe, was more of a center forward, playing a center forward, and then maybe we had a false 9 there with Mfundo Vilakazi, or he was playing as an attacking midfield. I'm not too sure. I will have to go back and check, but for now, to be honest with you, I believe that was our 4th mistake, not substituting Ashley Dupreez early, because on today's game he was not giving us much. If we rectified that and maybe bring in someone new early, and like this lineup of less on today's game, I wish for the coach to start with it when we play against Golden Arrows. We are left about 7 matches. We're going to play about Golden Arrows, Polokwane City, I think Skokuna United, Orlando Pirates again, another derby, a few games left. But if ever we win at least 5, I'm not asking for much, just 5 games, even if we win 1-0, then definitely we're going to find ourselves sitting on the log, unless if we're going to play like this. We lost now, and then the next game we're going to win, and then the next one, what happens, it's either we draw or lose. So that is something that is not, I don't know what to say, but it's not pleasing to watch. And then also mistake number 5, and then notice it, and I've noticed this from the 3 games that we played. We are slow when it comes to attack. Whenever we have the ball at the back, instead of taking it quickly, going forward, trying to attack, which is something that works very well with Ashley Dupreez, we did not do that. Bafethu. Instead, we were playing slow. When we are supposed to do that, we sometimes will play the back. We play the ball back, going backwards, back passes, which is something I don't understand, because whenever we have a chance, you can see there's an opening, players are at the back. Instead of us going quickly, trying to attack, we're gonna opt to go back and then try to play the combination, which it's good, but not all the cases. Bafethu, sometimes we need to make sure we attack. Whenever there's an opening, we need to attack, go forward as quickly as possible. So I think those are the 5 mistakes that we did on today's game. Number 1, playing crosses. Number 2, losing the ball in important areas. Number 3, allowing Richards Bay to play the ball at the back. Number 4, not making an early substitution with Ashley Dupreez. And then number 5, we are slow when it comes to attack. That is something that we need to fix, Bafethu. If we can fix those mistakes, obviously I know there's always going to be some new problems, but we need to fix those mistakes. Coach made an error there when it comes to us actually not telling them which we need to stop playing crosses unless it's crucial, unless you can see with Manje, I have no clear chance, I can only play a cross. But whenever we get into that box, we can try to play cutbacks, and then that allows us to play more openly so that we can be able to score more goals. Unfortunately, it did not happen. Bafethu, sorry. I'm still checking if the game has started or not. I do not have the footage to show you guys everything that I'm talking about, but hopefully angazi izolunga kanjani le ndaba black screen, because I cannot record everything when we are playing a match. That is a problem for me. It's stopping me from making sure that I give you the visuals so that you can be able to see what it is that I'm talking about. Edson Castillo, I think he needs a bit of more time, to be able to get back in form. Kumbule, he played very well with 2 Ox before he got that injury, so now he has a new player, Thabo Cele, being paired with him, so he has to adjust and play to the ability of Thabo Cele, which we do know Cele is a great player. So far he's been consistent, perfect too. But anyways, I believe those are the 5 mistakes I wanted to give you. You can let me know what else you saw, Wena, in terms of your own opinion, because Kumbule, football is a game of opinions, and obviously we're not all going to see Ngeselinye, we're not going to see with the same eye. So obviously you also have seen or picked up some of the mistakes that Kaizer Chiefs did on today's game that resulted in us losing the game. Big ups to Orlando Pirates. I'm happy for the Giants. They've managed to get their revenge against Imameru Sundowns. Tina, on the other hand, yeah, we failed. But anyways, thank you so much for watching Bafetu. I hope to see you later on with something new. Peace.